Alright, Algebra 1 students, here's part 2. This is page 12. So what we're going to do is we're going to distribute our power to a power, and then we're going to multiply our exponents. So this one, we have a to the second to the fifth. Well, we could see that's a power to a power, so we're going to multiply that. Then we have b to the third raised to the fifth, so that's another power to a power, and we're going to multiply. So this is a to the 10th, b to the 3 times 5, which is 15. We're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to raise all of those to the second power. So that 3 is raised to the second power, m is raised to the second power, n is raised to the second power, n cubed. So 3 squared, m to the 4 squared, n to the third squared. Well, 3 squared, we know what that is. 3 times 3, which is 9. M to the 4 squared, well, that's power to a power, so I multiply m to the 8th. N to the 3 times 2 now, n to the 6th. There we go. Now, in number 3, we raised a and b to the second power. This one's easy. A squared, b squared. Number 4, same thing, but now we're going to use our power to a power. We can see that we have m cubed to the second power over n squared to the second power. So when we raise a power to a power, we multiply. So 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. All done. Number 5. Now this one we raise a power to a power to a power. So what this looks like is 3 squared to the 4th to the 5th. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply all those things. 3 to the 2 times 4 times 5. Well, 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 5 is 40. That's going to be a huge number, so I'm going to leave it like that. But you could use your calculator to figure out what that is. Same thing on 6. I'm going to raise 3 to the 4th, m to the 4th, r to the 4th, p to the 4th. So 3 to the 4th, m to the 5th to the 4th, r to the 3rd to the 4th, all over p to the 8th to the 4th. Well, all of those power to a power I'm going to multiply. 3 to the 4th is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Your calculator will tell you that that's 81. M, we're going to multiply 5 times 4, so m to the 20th. R, we're going to multiply 3 times 4, so 12. And P to the 8 times 4, which is 32. Okay, 2 more. So in these, you're going to use the power to a power rule and then the multiplication rule. It's getting kind of complicated, but you can do it. So I'm going to raise all of those things to the 4th. Well, I can see that this is going to be p to the 5 times 4, which is 20. My r is going to be raised to the 2 times 4, which is 8. There's power to a power. Then I'm going to do my negative 7th to the second power. Then I've got my p to the 3rd to the second, so p to the 3 times 2, 6. Then I have r to the 4 times 2, which is 8. Moving on, I don't have anything to the power here, so I don't need to raise anything. So I just have 6 times p times r cubed. Now, just like with my multiplication rule, I'm going to do my numbers first. Then I'm going to combine my like terms. Well, I have negative 7 squared, which is 49, times 6. 49 times 6 is 294. Now I'm going to look at p's. I have p to the 20th, p to the 6th, and p to the 1st, really. So that means when we multiply the same base, we add exponents. So 20 plus 6 is 26, and one more is 27, p to the 27th power. Then I have my r's. R to the 8th, r to the 8th, and r cubed. Well, when I multiply the same base, we add exponents again. So 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 3 more, r to the 19th. So there's my whole thing. I know that was a little complicated. There's a lot of steps, but you know these rules by now. And finally, this last one. We're going to raise our power to a power first. So we've got 5 to the third, k to the 2 times 3, so k to the 6th, m to the third. Then I've got my second term, which has a double power to a power. We can raise 4 to the second, that's this one, k to the second, m to the 4 times 2, so 8. And that's still being raised to the second power. I haven't dealt with this 2 yet, so I'm going to leave that alone. Now I'm going to try and simplify this 2. I'm going to copy all my stuff from here down. So 5 cubed, which is 125. Might as well simplify that right now. K to the 6th, m cubed, times, well, now we have 4 to the 2 times 2 from here, which is 4. So 4 to the 4th power, times k to the 2 times 2, so k to the 4th power, and m to the 8 times 2, so m to the 16th. Well, I'm going to simplify my numbers. So I'm going to use my calculator. 125 times 4 to the 4th. 125 times 4 to the 4th. 32,000. Now I'm going to look at my k's. I got k to the 6th times k to the 4th. When I multiply the same base, I add exponents. So k to the 10th. And finally, I have m cubed times m to the 16th. When I multiply the same base, I add exponents. So m to the 19th. There's my final answer. I know there was a lot of steps because there was a double power to a power at the beginning.